Greetings everyone, hello and welcome to Anno 117 Pax Romana, to the full version of the game including day 1 patch. Thanks for Ubisoft for providing me all of that, and welcome to my first full let's play of this game, where we are gonna explore everything the game offers at this point. That means the full Latium experience, that means the full Albion experience. We're gonna play with the pirates, we're gonna play with the Emperor, we're gonna play with 3 AI opponents on a large sandbox map with the largest islands possible the game provides. Full fertility, medium settings when it comes to economy and military warfare, because I really just want to experience everything the game offers in the first Let's Play and show you everything that it has to offer. This Let's Play will then culminate in the big monument construction before we head then probably into an extreme Let's Play. We'll just see. I'm super pumped about this game. You should be super pumped about this game as well. And yeah, it's time to start this Let's Play, to start our very first city. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider supporting me on Patreon or become a YouTube channel member. The link is in the description. And if you want to purchase the game, consider using the link of my partner Games Planet to also receive a special discount for this one. Now, we start with this island here. I'm selling this island right away because I've analyzed the islands a bit before that, of course. And in this case here, this is a fantastic island for several reasons. It's, bear in mind, not the largest island this game provides. There is another one that I have still reserved for a Mega City series later. Now, in this case here, this is though still beautiful already. As we can see, we got a towering mountain in the center. We do also have mountain sites. These are very important for the aqueducts later down the road. We want to have a lot of them, right, to provide as much water as possible for a large city. We do have an extensive area over here that leads then into another beach that we could probably use for a nice industry zone. And we got a lot of different cute details that this game provides. The islands just look so much more diverse, so much more detailed. They're all handcrafted and you can really see this. And there's so many different types of them that we're gonna take some time before we can see all the different islands the Anno Pax Romana actually provides. Now in the center, of course, it's my main building, and I'm starting immediately with, of course, as always, a road building. We are starting with, well, only 15,000 denarii, so I'm not gonna waste too much of my hard-earned money on road building, but I rather just want to go right into my first forest area. And this is actually something that's new already. You need to really play by the forest areas in this game, not in Anno 1800 where you have areas that you can just reforest. To my understanding, at least for now, it's not that easy in Pax Romana, right? So I really want to use the forest areas to maximize my yields. And I'm also gonna have my first warehouse here, together with my sawmills then in this area. And yeah, we can build them right away, so I don't need to focus on making them plant. And yeah, with that we have the lumber industry, where later probably towering monuments will be located. Next, we need to start with something that is, of course, the city building directly, and this is where things are getting a bit tricky with Pax Romana as opposed to the to Anno 1800. So I'm gonna start with this area here right away and starting to plop down some buildings, this time in planning mode though, so that I can make sure that we can plan this right. Got some layouts again, most of them you know probably already, and also some density layouts like over here, and then also with some courtyard for them as well. Bear in mind, there's so many service buildings in this game that for me it's still not that easy to know how much space I'm gonna need between everything. So this is my beginning here, and we can already go ahead then and build the first blocks. So that's around 10 planks that we need. And with that, the first people, the first Romans and their slaves, are moving now into our grand city Veneta, that is. And with that, we're opening up the first options. And bear in mind, this is where it's a bit tricky. Do not use all of your lumber right away. Nope, we want to start with a fishing hut as well. And I'm going to place this right next to my warehouse because, very important, no one is going to move in as long as there's no food, right? And you're not starting with any food in this game. So in this case here, if you're spending all of your timber now on the houses and you have no more timber for your fishing hut, then the game is basically over. So bear that in mind, at least in my experience. Perhaps there's some other solution coming out of this, but that's how I've experienced it so far. So we're not placing everything, except the fishing hut, of course. Right, and with the fishing hut, the first food will be coming in shortly that we can then use to get more people in. Let's actually use the reminder of my planks to build me some more houses over here. Doesn't take long for the first fish to get delivered to the warehouse. And with that, food is coming in, and as you can see, now people are moving in as well. The Liberty, Tier 1, the first class of the Romans. Lycia, no, actually Saura Nitu. We haven't played with her yet, so I'm so used to Lycia Ma that it's Saura Nitu that I've chosen as my harder opponent for this game. So she's over here, and she is, when it comes to diplomacy, yeah, a bit tougher. While we are settling on this island here, I would also like to quickly go ahead and start scouting with my flagship. So we now know that the main islands are here, so I would like to start scouting the hinterlands of my terrain to find potential expansions then for our future productions. Now, what I've also noticed is that the main islands do not have olive or resin available. I think that's by default. And that means that we will need to settle on an island with either one of these fertilities really soon. Some planks are coming in. Let's continue with the city building right here. And get me more fish consumers out there. And with that, we're also unlocking now the market and the pub. Well, it's actually a tavern, but of course, I'm so used to pub that we're probably going to use this term. Now, let's have the market somewhere here. Bear in mind, we're not reaching all of them. That's because we can increase the range with the research. In this case here, we should then reach all of them. Perhaps I'm also miscalculating this, but who knows. And then we have a tavern, and the tavern I'm going to use also somewhere here in the town center. Going down now in the first person mode, got some change here. We actually are now in the third person mode, and we have someone that we can use to walk and run around and enjoy the warm summer sun. And also our first people moving about. And slaves. Building the market is really essential because it provides a population and an income boost. Both of them that we're gonna need because the balance is really red for quite some time. So I want to get as many taxpayers in as possible. And also we can check out our productions then right away to make sure that we always have enough fish available in production. Right now we do have that. In the meantime, we are unfogging more islands with our flagship and hopefully also finding us some neutral traders along the way. This is looking like a smaller island. It would have resin though on board and olive. Oh, this is a powerful island. Not much space unfortunately, as you need to also build up a city on these. We'll just see if we can make use of that. As more people move in, we also unlock the next goods. That's the spinners, the tunics, and that's also then our pileos. Now, in my opinion, we're going to go with the tunics first, because that also provides me the income boost that I need so much. As a quick reminder, of course, we do not need to provide all of the goods, right? The game also tells you we just need one good. This is changing then. The more tiers we get, the higher tiers we go, more demand will need to be met. Yeah, getting that balance right is the most important thing. So let's start with getting the spinners going. And for this I need a bit of a farmland. Let's continue with that road here. Wait, I really don't have a lot of money. I wonder. Valeria is also introducing herself. She's a non-NPC character, so she is neutral. Over here she is. On a beautiful small island. And she's gonna give us quests, ships, items, and goods that we can use. This is the game on max details with Raytracing enabled. I continue with my first smaller farming area. That's for the hemp farms. And we can take it like so and then push the hemp farms here. Something I would like to do, right? And we can take the whole block then once again and push it over here, for example, or on the other side, or even here. That would also work out. Perfect. Let's build it. And let's start with the first. Yeah, let's make it 2 hemp farms over here. Workforce we have. Well, it's okay. And very important that we have now the spinner. And the spinner provides an income boost to the surrounding area. So it's very important that we place our first spinner in the center, really, to get as many buildings in as possible. Because once this production building here is working, it's going to, yeah, boost my income. And we need that.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
Very good. The next island comes up. Oh, wow. I haven't seen these cliffs before. We got resin and olive here too, and way more space available. Oh, this is a beauty. And this is definitely gonna be my first expansion. Lots of river slots. Yep, totally. All the way here in the east. With the next houses, I'm also gonna have my first fisher, or my second fishery now. The fishing hut, by the way, needs sardines, and sardines do not need any fertility, right? Downside, of course, with that spinner is that it takes a long time for him to transport the hemp, and then also back again. So this spinner is basically, as you can see, getting in most of the buildings here. So we will also still need to have an artisan district or a crafting area, right? Where we do have then dedicated spinners, because the buffs don't stack. So in this case here, I'm gonna build me a second one for the second hemp farm, because the ratio is 1 minute to 1 minute. And after a while, Veneta has reached its first 100 people living in it. It also doesn't take long for the final product of tier 1. The tunics are coming in. Now we could already work on the hats, but I'm probably gonna wait on that for tier 2 then. And we use the timber that we have to upgrade as quickly as possible. I might also just give them a tavern. This provides me happiness and another population boost, and opens up the island happiness parameter up there. If it gets too low, well then we will start riots frequently. And if it's high, we'll get festivals. Next comes up the Festival of Joy in 60 hours.
Our scouts have sighted new land.
My flagship is very busy in the meantime. Oh, wow. These islands do not cease to impress me. Look at those mountains. Beautiful. Once again, a huge island for that it is only a secondary island. And then we also get the main island that hasn't been settled yet. And this is a massive one as well. Resin and olives, okay. Lots of olives we have. There is Sandarak here, and Sturgeon will also be an island that we're gonna need. But this one is still my primary focus. Bear in mind, we're still negative, right, on the balance. Despite now also having the tunics in, despite having the boosting. So it's very important that we start upgrading now our population. Get also our first quest. Alibitus hails you, or an event that is. Alibitus passes you straining under a heavy load of timber. He carries the hopeful air of one who has recently celebrated his manumission, the freedom from slavery. Despite his burden, he stops and hails you as his governor. Seize his goods. Buy his supplies. This would cost me 400, but we get 20 planks. I'm gonna do this. And he's happy about this. Get some money. And with that, we have lots of timber that we can use right away to continue our expansion. Licia Ma, there she is. And we extend a polite greeting, as she is now also our opponent, settled over here in green. A bit of a positive balance finally. And let's go ahead and use that timber right away to upgrade to tier 2. And Diana also says hello. And with that, we have beautiful tier 2 houses. The plebeians with all their additional needs now. And also the tax income. We are positive finally. With that, a lot of new options open up for the tier 2. I will still need to go though to tier 1 and start with my next construction material now, which is the tiles. And the tiles need a clay pit. With that, we do need to have access to a river slot. The city status increases to minor city for Veneta. No penalties yet, but there will be penalties kicking in then soon. And let's build our first bridge as well. Costs me 8 timber. Over here, going into this area, because here we got some river slots and a bit of an area that I can use for my first tile industry. And let's build the clay pit here. This will then produce 2 tons per minute, and the tile needs 1, so we can actually build 2 of them with that clay collector. I'm gonna have them right next to it, and we're also gonna need a charcoal burner, and perfect, we can also squeeze this one in here since we have enough forest in the area. Together with, of course, a warehouse. Let's actually have the warehouse here. This is gonna be expensive, but very necessary. With this comes, though, the penalty now that the tileries provide, and that's fire hazard. Right, so with every single building of these, we increase the island-wide fire safety, and the lower it is, the higher the chance for fires. Beautiful scenery wherever you look. Gorgeous! The next event, a manacled woman is escorted into your presence. She's guilty of violating the law of majesty, claiming to be a goddess and gathering followers. The Empire is very touchy about such claims, but the woman insists that she and her people pose no threat. No one stands above the Emperor, that's how I see it, and we do not pardon her. We cannot pay her, that's 10,000. I'm not gonna execute her, that's too savage. We're gonna axe her and the followers. The would-be goddess protests as she's led away. I'm a citizen, how dare you exile me from Rome? Well, no one stands as a goddess. Except the goddesses. Let's extend the roads all the way up here into this mountainous area. We could also move further into this area now. Let's make a bit of a crossing there. Very good. This looks like a great area to have our first sheep farms now, because I would like to work on the hats. The hats actually provide an income boost that I would like to provide. One sheep farm is providing for 2 tons per minute. So we can start with those blocks here and build them then as well. Gotta check it out, how many we need. So right now my demand is 1 ton. And I'm gonna work with 1 sheep farm, because that's already providing 2 tons. And these sheepies, well, they need to be processed, at least the wool. And for that we need the Pileus Felter. Once again, a building you should have in the city, because it provides an income boost to the surrounding area. Also gonna have this one here, built right away. Now, this is a bit tricky. The radius shows the boosting it gives. The green shows the range of its cart loader, right? That means that we do not reach the warehouse at the moment with it. So we should get a message there rather soon that it doesn't get to a warehouse. There it is. So we're gonna build a warehouse somewhere here along the banks. We're gonna need that one here for more production buildings anyways. I'm just gonna extend this over here. And now it has access to it. Let's continue also with some more buildings. And also probably more upgrades here. And as we also can see, the first tiles are coming in now. 11 we have already. The city levels up. Veneta, minor city it is. With that, more penalties kick in. Especially my fire safety is getting dangerously low now. Alicia Ma offers me a loan. She would like to give me 5,000 and I have to pay back 5,800. Nice try there. Since we're rather low on money, I could have accepted it, but I'm not, because my income is actually there to provide it. And yeah, let's also build another Pileus Folter right away. Probably then also, once again, close to my sheep farms. because you don't need to have more than one right now in the city.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your...
Yeah, bear in mind, every time I upgrade buildings, we also lose the Libertus workforce from the lower tier. So whenever I upgrade, I actually also need to build more basic buildings. The pirate is appearing. Kaizo, he's called. Syracuse, and he's now roaming the ocean, and he's probably trying then to extort us. For now, let's extend a polite greeting. Hopefully he stays on peaceful terms with us for as long as possible. There is my next... There's Diana now that we've discovered already before. She's also got a nice island. Oh boy, if only I could have a beautiful vacation here. For a lifetime. Those views are also massive. Just look at how far we can look. This is another island. This is another island. Fantastic. My ship has kind of like stranded over here by this island that you cannot settle. And oh, there's another one that you cannot settle. So it looks like a bit of a desolate area up here in the north. We can also choose now our first god or goddess. I got an option between Ceres, Neptune, and Mars. These are the first ones. You can unlock more down the road. These ones, so Mars is very good for weapon production. Neptune is good for everything that is related to fishing and the ocean. And Ceres is very good with everything that's farming related. And I think she's the best one early on. Especially since it's given a nice boost to all of my farms. And also my olive production then at tier 2.
It feels like it does you good.
My balance is looking good right now. So I guess we have the means to push more industry now. First of all, let's extend this main road. This main road probably, yeah, leads then here into a crossing. All right, a bigger one. A bigger plaza area that we could create here. And we can now work on the second district. Before I do that, I also want to have my porridge now, because porridge provides a population boost, and we do not have a lot of liberty population right now. So let's go ahead with another warehouse. Now the porridge stand does not boost anything in surrounding area, so this is gonna be just its own area where we have them locked, right? Or yeah, stacked like this. They're producing 1 per minute only. Right now my total demand is 3 already, so yeah, it's not gonna be so easy with the porridge. Let's just check it out, how much we can push in here. Those would be the first 3 already. And then we just take this one and push them here as well. So 4 I need to build in total. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The warehouse and the first 4 of these once I have more timber. And yeah, since timber is really a limiting factor, let's also use this forest area that we have there with, I'd say, 2 more lumberjack huts together with us. 2 sawmills that we can have then right here.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
City status to a major colonia. We have achieved, and with that we are getting a reduction in every island parameter. With that also island knowledge unlocks, and we're producing now knowledge points. Once we have reached 50, we can go into the first tax. Shipbuilding would be available now. And since we have the money, let's continue and push more buildings. And also, the first festival would be upon us if we pay for it. 2,000 a day is the Festival of Ceres, and it would boost my income for every building that is close to a bakery, vintner, or brewery. Unfortunately, we don't have any of them yet, but we would also get a random specialist or captain out of this. We could postpone it. And I think since we're not getting anything out of it, let's postpone it for now. The next city already has been reached, Major Imperial City. Alright, so we're getting sizable here with 800 in the population. Let's have a look at research. That's very important and will follow you throughout the game with a very extensive research tree. And yeah, of course, I got a few ideas of where we want to go first. The first one would be probably up here, the sewing circles, because this gives my spinners a knowledge boost. That means every building close to a spinner also produces 1 additional knowledge, which in general will speed up your research significantly. And since we want to have spinners everywhere because of the income boost, they also provide now a research boost. We need to unlock the trading post improvement on its way to this first. And this one we need anyway, upgrading my major trading post for more ramps and also more storage. So this is the first one. The second one would be in the civic tree right away, extending the range of my markets by 25%. I also want to unlock this one. So with that, we got the first 3 techs already queued in. Also, the next buildings are ready to be built with the marketplace again.
One of your cities is at risk.
And yeah, we're getting dangerously low now on the fire safety. Can't be avoided really. And also our first population quest. Let's have a look at this. There's been a raid at sea. It's Kaizo. He sunk an innocent ship minding his own business. Some of my cousins were on it. Please stop it from being taken slave. Where is that? Show me the location. Oh, we need to destroy them. Oh, no, sorry. Why is this a first tier quest? I cannot do this. I don't have the ships for this. This looks very powerful. Let's start providing some fire protection to my citizens. Here and here. This is reducing my fire safety. It's halving it again, my fire risk. Having these ones then here in the city center. This is why you also should have a bit of room available here everywhere. Though, of course, we can always just freely move things around and also destroy any kind of surplus liberty residences that we have. Let's check it out. My consumption rates real quick. The porridge has exploded. The same goes with my tunics, and hats are still. Hats also need some more boosting. So, fortunately, we need to get going with more industry. And yeah, let's also have these now clustered in here. And also get me more spinners going. Since we're expanding a bit to the north now, we can also start having some spinners up here. As you can see, these are not affected yet by a spinner. So this is the overlay for that. The green shows you we can boost them. The gray shows you that they're already being boosted. This one definitely will need a warehouse, and since we have a river slot here, we can combine this together. Unfortunately, while we wait once again for timber, let's use this to push my timber production once again. Close to the sheep farms, we have another forest area that I would like to use. There you go. Build me yet more sawmills. We should also start with my next production. That is now the bread. The bread is very important since, first of all, it's a requirement for my plebeians to upgrade, and it gives me an income and population boost. So that's really powerful, and you want to have quite a lot of grain farms for this because your whole population needs it. Until we have Egypt, we need to provide the bread ourselves. And for this, let's go ahead. Here, this looks like a good area for some grain farming. Let's make sure that we keep a bit of space here towards the mountainside so that we can use this one then together with a warehouse. And let's go ahead right away with the first grain farms. 4 of them, because this is only providing 4 tons. And with that, we're also out of denarii. I guess we do get something out of that. You're in debt. If your debt wraps up, the emperor may revoke your title and the game is ending. I don't care, because right now we're getting positive again anyway. Gonna take some time for this one here to ramp up. How much bread do we need in total? 1 ton. So that's actually not that bad. And what happens here is the bakery can also be used now to boost the income of my surrounding area, but it is also decreasing the fire safety. Let's get the first bakery thus going right beside my fire station, somewhere here along the way. Right, and it's producing 1 per minute, so we need a second one. That's probably something I'm gonna have then over here, also close to the fire station again. That's for this area. By the way, we have some timber again. And we've reached 1,000 population in Veneta. Very good. One more thing, we need a middle ground, and that's the grain mill. This one requires tiles and a river slot. So we can use this one, for example, here, where we already have then our warehouse, to build me a grain mill. Funnily enough, not every building costs you money, right? The grain farms cost you a lot of money because you need to place the fields and those cost you money. The grain mill itself does not cost me any money at all, right? The bakery also doesn't cost me any money. Very good. There we have it. And now we just need the bakery. I'm gonna wait for a bit of flour to roll in. Production has started at the flour mill. She's having a hard time doing the job. Luckily, 1 grain mill provides 2 bakeries. And with that, we can build bakery number 1 and bakery number 2. Next, we have low happiness. And the next building we can build provides a relief to that right away. And that's the sanctuary. That's a huge building, by the way. Something that I've never been able to get central into any spot. So let's just see how we can actually maneuver this around. And as you can see, the range though is quite nice. So it will take in the whole district here with happiness and belief. And let's just see how we can place it somewhere here. Pushes my happiness by 100. I think this might be looking into the wrong direction. We can move it around again. Something like that. That looks better. And then have a bit of an area here where we can add then ornaments down the road. And we still have this area available where I would like to have my Grammaticus. And the Grammaticus is providing a knowledge boost to the area. Right over here. And this pushes my research production by quite a bit.
Such excellence in education.
Oh, look at that. We get a gift. A generous gift of 10,000 by Sarah Nito. Thank you very much for this. I accept. I think this was a reward out of the city stages that we just reached. But we have the major problem here that my ratings are going down. So I will need to also add now more fire stations. We're gonna have another one up here close to my industry zone. And we should now also provide some of them to my heavy industry zones where a lot of fire risk is being generated, right? Like in my tilery and over here, because the industry buildings are also affected by it, right? You can also push them. Next, we have the happiness. This is actually the Custodia, my city watch, that also provides that bonus. And my first research has been finished, the trading post improvement. Adding some Custodias makes the happiness fine again. Now we need to add some Medici. I think we have a bit of a pacing issue here with that because all of these 3 are kicking in immediately once you reach the next city level. So you need to actually just plaster your building or your city now full with Medicis. Yeah. It's a lot to have to be doing at once. This has a huge range, by the way, so I might actually place it here. Let's get rid of these 3 so we can move them over. It's always safer to just delete a low tier building. And then we can have our Medici here in this block, providing lots of citywide happiness and health. As we can see also, if we want to provide more needs, now food has been satisfied, service is satisfied, the fashion we can easily do. The biggest issue would be household category, and here we need to provide either the amphora or olive oil. Both of them have a unique resource. The amphora needs resin, and the olive press or the olive oil needs, of course, olives. So we need to get to the island now that provides both of them. It's a big island though, so the issue here will probably be that it's too expensive for us right now. let's still go for it already, and we can see then how much we have to pay for it. Off it goes. We don't need anything else with us. I mean, we could actually, now that I think about it, could get some building materials with us, honestly. I think this would be the safest. Let's take some 20 tons of timber, right? And perhaps some tiles. So that we can jumpstart that next economy then as well. I can also queue in my next sanctuary for this district. And bear in mind, there is one thing that we should probably do, and that is respect the topography, the terrain that we have. Because if you place it like so, as you can see, you get a lot of elevation difference, right? For buildings of that size. So it looks okay, I guess, but also a bit strange, right? And in this case here, if we want to build the next one, we probably should not build it like so, but actually like so, because then you don't have an elevation difference here really that kicks in. This one could also be a nice middle ground, honestly. Yeah, having it like so is entirely possible for this one. Let's just check it out. It would, however, not reach everybody. I could probably move it in like so. And also make it work. The thing is, though, of course, Roman cities are very mathematical correct. So if you look at the maps, they're usually everything in straight lines. So also this is a detail that I love. That is just very paradox, I guess. And that is that the Anno developers now provide us with beautiful, more individual, you know, road systems. But on the other hand, the setting just actually demands straight roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a mix here, of course, because a mix is also fine to use. But an orderly looking city is actually what the Romans would love. So let's actually provide this one somewhere. I guess we're gonna make it like so, because here we can take in most of the buildings here. How is it my sewing circles coming along? Yeah, 6 minutes for the next research. Enough time to focus on yet another industry, and that's my shoemakers. The shoemakers will provide an income boost once again. And we can have this somewhere over here with something very ugly, and that's the pig farms. They're also reducing the health of the surrounding area, so we should be careful where we're placing them. They cost me pigsties, so I think this is going to be quite expensive, but we'll just see. Oh no! One tile wasn't enough anymore. I thought it would actually fit. And then we can take them and move them, for example, to this area. And then also to this area. Nah, this is nasty. Not gonna do that. Now, the pig farm produces actually 2 tons of pigs per minute. So that is really powerful. And with that, we just need the salt ponds now. So this one also just needs a beach area. It doesn't need anything else. So we already have our road leading down to this here. And then into a nice beach area here. And this one produces also 2 tons again. So let's just have them here together. And then we just need the sandal maker. And this one, yeah, gives me a flat income boost again. So let's have it in my little artisan district here, right? The sandal maker number 1. And another one I would like to push then somewhere here, but here I don't have space anymore. So once again, I'm gonna make room, and we're gonna add it then over here for this area. And for the north, I can add then more. Let's build this one. How many sandals do we need to start with? Not even a ton at the moment. So 1 pig farm is already fine, together with 1 salt maker, and then also the tannery. The tannery is providing a pretty bad happiness boost, happiness penalty actually. Let's have them here. Let's make a block, and I probably will need to add then also a custodia for this area. Otherwise, these people are getting very unhappy down the road. Right, and what's the ratio now between the tannery and the sandal maker? It's actually 1 tannery to 2 sandal makers, so we can build now 4 sandal makers. That's more than I can handle, I think. Oh no, actually no, 4 is actually fine. So I'm gonna have another one here, close to my warehouse, and then I'm gonna have another one. Should we squeeze it in? I could squeeze it in here. Oh, wait a second. We have one here already. Then I need another one up here in the north. But I haven't decided where I'm going to use an artisan district here just yet. Because I haven't been that far yet. So, let's squeeze one in here. That's fine. I guess, wait a second. I guess we're just going to need also a specialized district for these guys again. Here. Because we don't need that many. They have a huge radius. And let's build the first one. Here. And the second one over here once we have the tiles. 33,000 for that island. It's okay. We can reach this in a timely manner. I hope NPC is not faster. Also, we get the first fires. Salve. I'm the governor, I guess. That's quite a steep incline here, though. We should get a health boost out of that. I'm also continuing once again with another city block here. To maximize the reach of my service buildings. And here we can also... let's just see what kind of type I could have. I think I'm gonna like this one. Yeah. Over here. Oh, I think my city is burning down. There we have the sewing circles upgrade. This actually just gave me 400 more island knowledge. Tremendously boosting my research. The market focus is next in 4 minutes. Extending the reach of all of my marketplaces. That's going to be another nice boost. Happiness and health are kind of like fine as long as they're not red. I'm fine. Island safety continues to decrease though. So this is something we need to tackle. Balance comes in at 1,000 per minute now. So yeah, we're on our way to settling on another island hopefully soon. And with that, this is the beginning of a grand city of Veneta, the story of Veneta. As we continue in the next episode, progressing here. I hope you enjoyed this one, Anno 117 Pax Romana. Once again, if you support my content, if you want to support my content, don't forget to look at my channel memberships. And you can also purchase the game at my partner Games Planet for a discount and support me as well if you're interested in that. The link is in the video description. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Accept my sacrifice. An ox of clay, an ox in spirit.